So good morning students. Today I will discuss effect of acid and bases in everyday life. That means how acid and bases affect in our daily life. Okay. So there are some effects. You have seen that our tooth decay. So how or why our tooth decay or how our tooth decay? Okay, decay means it corrode. Okay, how? Acha, we know when you eat food, any food consists of food particles. So some number of food particles remain in our mouth. Okay, so after eating food, some number of food particles remain in our mouth, which consist of sugar. Okay, which consist of sugar. Now we know there are large number of bacteria in our mouth. Okay, so this bacteria feed on the sugar and produce weak acid. Okay, understand? So we know any food particles when we eat, some of the food particles remain in our mouth. If we don't brush our mouth, okay, or if we don't clean our mouth properly, then some of the food particles remain in our mouth. Okay, and these food particles consist of sugar, and there are large number of bacteria in our mouth which feed on sugar and produce weak acid. And we know acids are corrosive. So if we don't clean our teeth properly, then this acid can cause damage. Understand? So that's why due to this acid our teeth decay means corrode. Okay, so understand how? That means when we eat, some of the food particles remain in our mouth, and this food particle consists of sugar. Remember, food particle consists of sugar. If you read biology, you have seen that any food particle consists of sugar, and we know there are large number of bacteria in our mouth. So these bacteria, what they do? Feed on sugar and produce weak acid. And if we don't clean our mouth properly, then this acid can damage our teeth. Okay, so this is called tooth decay, and this is the effect of acid in our daily life. Okay, acha, remember, how can we measure the acidity or alkalinity? That means alkalinity. Okay, that means how strong the acid is, or how the strong base, how weak, how much weak, or how much weak acid or how much weak base. So there is a scale by which we can measure the strongness. Okay, that is called pH scale. Just remember, that is called pH scale, and there are scaling from 1 to 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so this scale is called pH scale. With the help of this scale, we can measure how the acid is strong, how the base is strong, how the acid is weak, how the base is weak, with the help of this scale. How? Because this 7 is neutral. And if we move, this 7 is a neutral position. That means what is the name of a neutral? Water. Name of a neutral matter? Water is neutral. Okay, so pH of water is, so if you have asked what is the pH of water, so you can say 7. Okay, so but if we move in the left, then acidity increases. Acidity increases. That means any matter or any acid whose pH is 6, that is less strong. But if any acid which has pH value of the pH 1, that is strong acid. Okay, and if we move from right from the 7, then alkalinity increases. Okay, so understand, alkalinity increases. That means suppose we have two bases, value of one base, pH value of one base is 14 and value of one base is 9. So which one is the strong base? So you can say easily the base which has pH value 14, which is the strong base. Okay, so that means when we move from 7 to the left side, then acidity increases. When we move to the right side from 7, then alkalinity increases. That means pH, any acid whose pH value is 1, that is strong, very strong acid, and whose pH value is 6, that is very weak acid, and any base whose pH value is 14, which is very strong base, and whose pH value is 8, that is weak base. Okay, and the scale is called pH scale. So with the help of pH scale, we can tell, or we can say how the acid is strong or weak, or similarly how the base is weak or strong. Okay, next is rainwater. Why rainwater slightly? Why is rainwater always slightly acidic? Why the rainwater is slightly acidic? You know, rainwater is slightly acidic always. Why? You know, air consists of carbon dioxide. This is carbon dioxide. Only oxygen remains, so it is oxide. So we know air consists of carbon dioxide. So when it is raining, what happen? This rain means water. So what is the symbol of water? H2O. So when it is raining, this water mix with carbon dioxide. So if we mix water with carbon dioxide, then what will happen? H2CO3. And what is this? H2CO3 I have discussed, or I have given the name. What is this? This is carbonic acid. So when it is raining, the carbon dioxide react with the rainwater and produce carbonic acid, which is mild or weak. Even we know weak acid is corrosive. Weak acid is also corrosive. So it corrode or it can decay the sculpture. It can decay the, or it can corrode. It's your corrode sculpture. Monuments. So large number, any question can come from here, that why rainwater is harmful for sculpture monuments. So you may give the answer that when it is raining, carbon dioxide mixed with rainwater and produce carbonic acid, which is weak acid, but it has a corrosive property. Which can corrode the sculpture and monuments. Okay, that's why it is harmful for sculptures and monuments. Okay, so due to raining, many of the monuments have been decay, or many of the sculpture have been corroded. Okay, so remember what is the process? Where carbon dioxide mixed with rainwater and produce carbonic acid. Mild carbonic acid. Mild means dilute, not weak, and it has a corrosive property which can corrode sculpture, monuments, etc. So that's why rainwater is very harmful. And why it is acidic? Because it produce acid. Okay, that's why rainwater acidic, because rainwater mix with carbon dioxide and produce carbon dioxide. That's why rainwater which we get, that is carbonic acid, that's why rainwater is some acidic. Next, neutralization. What is the neutralization? Neutralization what come from neutral. Achha, what is neutral? Neutral means there is no acid property or there is no base property. There is no property of acid or there is no property of bases, right? So like water is neutral. So how water is produced, I have discussed when I have given what is salt. We know if we mix acid with base, then salt and water are produced. So when acid and base react, then salt and water are produced. Okay, and this is called neutralization reaction. Because this water or salt does not consist any acid property or base property, because this is neutral. Water is neutral, there is no acid property or there is no base property. So that's why it is called neutralization reaction. Okay, so with the help of neutralization reaction we can do many work. Like suppose you have seen many times farmer use what, calcium oxide or in their field. Why? Acha, when soil is acidic or basic, highly acidic or highly basic, then it is not good for plants. It is not good when soil is highly acidic or highly basic. It is not good for plants. So we have to make it neutral. We have to make the soil to grow the plants. So that's why we have to make this soil neutral. So how can we do this? If the soil become acidic, then if we mix base, then the soil become neutral. And if the soil become basic, then if we mix acid with it, then the soil become neutral. Then it is very easy, or it is very useful to plant. It is very useful for plants. So understand what you want to say. Suppose your soil has become acidic in nature, so then we will make some base, then it will produce salt and water. And these are neutral. So now the soil is very useful for plants. Now if the soil become basic, then we mix some acid with it, then similarly then produce salt and water. They produce salt and water because these are the neutralization reaction, and the soil become very useful for plants. So understand what is the effect of neutralization reaction, or why it is very helpful, and understand what is, because by neutralization reaction the property of acid and property of base is removed. Okay, there is no property of acid or no property of base. And that means acid loses its acidity and base loses his alkalinity. Acid loses acidity and base loses alkalinity. Right? Okay, so remember these are also used in many factories, industries. Okay, so understand what is neutralization reaction. Okay, so thank you students, read very well.